An introduction, the biggest star in the history of the business, you're going to introduce me by name. You think the people don't know who Chael Sonnen is? Really? Come on, Mike. Come on. Let's just get on with it.
What do you feel going into Sao Paulo in that environment? How do you think you'll handle that situation?
If those blowhards with their blow darts want to come at me, they can send anybody they want, but don't send anybody you want back.
Steven Seagal said that kind of behavior is an embarrassment to the human race. It's an embarrassment to the martial arts.
Well, I don't know anything about martial arts, but Steven Seagal would know a damn lot about behavior that's embarrassing to the human race.
He's gotten him in every fight, the big fight that he's had. And every time when it's time to present and perform, he's failed.
But when it comes to Chael, it's best to keep those thoughts to yourself and not speak them out loud.
Tito always says I'm using my mouth to get my opportunities. The only person I know that made money using their mouth is his ex-wife.
Anything against the Brazilian people? I got something against a Brazilian that's sitting a few feet from me. And maybe over the couple other gentlemen, but your women are all okay with me, so feel free to give me a call or pay me a visit. But you know, as far as my impression, it's a lot like America. You know, when I was a little kid, I remember going outside. I sit around with my friends. We talk about the latest technology and medicine and gaming and American ingenuity. And I look outside, and Anderson and the Brazilian kids are sitting outside playing in the mud.
What did you see when you watched that fight?
Look, Floyd needs to keep doing what he's doing, which is fighting complete tomato cans who we've never heard of before. I've never seen anybody in the history of America get so rich and so famous out of having complete wimps throwing punch at their faces. And I know what you're saying. You're saying, well, it's happened before. What about Rihanna? Shame on you. Classless. I will not stand for that. I will not stand for that. But, however, boxing has a misconception. Too soon? Was it too soon?
Too soon.
Even for a Hall of Famer?
Too soon.
Listen, I do want to make...
And if I want your opinion, I will beat it out of you. Don't walk around handing out free advice. Why don't you go find a Sharpie marker and draw Steven Seagal's widow peak on him? His hairline's about as authentic as his fighting abilities. So you go sing to your hamburgers and dance on stage with Justin Bieber, and I'll handle the heavy work like I've done in this company for the last 5 years in your absence.
And I'm not your dork. How's he a dork? LeBron's a nerd. There's only a couple of guys.
He just wears nerd
that I
Chael is spoken.
You know, where it's annoying. You got this guy, LeBron's a wimp. You got this nerd named Ray Lewis. It's like if I saw these guys, I'd smack them both.
Brandon, that's your guy now.
On principle.
Did you just say you'd smack Ray Lewis?
Listen, guys, if you're not willing to go too far, you will never go far enough in life, and I don't care. I don't promote fights, I pick fights. I'm like John Jones, I sound like Sean Combs, and I got trombone-sized stones like John Holmes.
When the Nogueira brothers first touched down in America, there was a bus this is a true story. There was a bus that pulled up to a red light, and Little Nog tried to feed it a carrot while Big Nog was petting it. He thought it was a horse. This really happened. Do you believe me that happened?
Not really.
He tried to feed a bus a carrot, and now you're telling me that country has computers? I didn't know that. I did not know that.
He's got a black belt under the Nogueira brothers. I think a black belt under the Nogueira brothers is saying I got a free toy in my Happy Meal. I don't really understand what the big deal is. One of them's a punching bag, and the other one I just ignore. He's really irrelevant.
As far as the first fight, this is the truth. That was a misunderstanding of the rules. And the way I thought it worked was that if you tapped, you lost that round. So I thought what they would do is they go to a judge's decision, they go 4 rounds to 1, and we go home and I'd be the new champion. And if anyone had explained to me that stops the bout in its entirety, I would not have tapped.
So really it's been more about just educating yourself on the rules this time around.
It was a complete misunderstanding.
You understand, Errol, you and everybody else waited in the weather. You came to the press conference. Vandalay, it looks like he found a bathroom as a backdrop in the men's shelter he's living at in Rio and got somebody to point a cell phone at his face.
Tito is literally in the only profession I know of where you don't need to wear a suit, and he keeps showing up in one. It's like a local funeral parlor clothes, and he went and took it off a corpse.
It's something you need to learn.
Shows up looking like a maitre d' at Golden Corral.
Yeah.
Could you imagine the excitement that Fedor must have right now? Could you imagine how bad he wants to reach out and touch the largest arm in Westland, Oregon that is sitting right next to him? Instead, people keep going to Vandalay Silva. You want to hear from Vandalay Silva? You want to know how you could get as much tantalizing conversation from something as Vandalay Silva? Just talk to my shoe. Just ask the Shoe. What's it going to be like, Shoe? What's it going to be like to walk into Madison Square Garden in front of a sold-out arena with the biggest box office in history because Bellator called the king? And you know what Vanderlei's going to say? Oh, garble, garble, garble. It's garble, 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 Mr. Sonnen!
Your debut. What does it feel like being here?
Don't be one of those scumbags that edits that out. I said your question was stupid. Put that in there.
I'm not the editor.
My wife's filming it back here, and she'll put it out if you don't.
I don't edit.
I'm letting you know now for whatever chicken is it. Give me the fucking microphone. You know what? I'm done.